If you're out here spoiling Marvel movies, what is your life? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I don't give a shit. You're a fucking asshole. I mean, whatever, but I just feel like if that is your bread and butter, is just spoiling shit that is on Twitter, I don't know. It's... We already knew things were happening. Oh, I still got my safety glasses. We already knew we were getting characters. We already knew... Okay, so spoilers. Spoilers for Doctor Strange 2 because people just have to be assholes. We already knew that Ghost Rider was coming. We already knew that Keanu Reeves was going to play him probably. We already knew all this shit. If you are on top of your Marvel info, this was said a long, long time ago. If you're not on top of your Marvel info, yes, they wanted Keanu Reeves in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for a very long time, for years actually, and he was like no to every character and said once they had the character that he thought was right, he would join the MCU. This is nothing new. Sorry, I look like shit. I did go to work tonight, but I got the early out because whatever. If you don't understand Factory Life, you don't understand Factory Life, that's okay. I did go to work tonight. Anyway, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Like I said, we already knew that Keanu Reeves was coming. We already knew that he was probably going to play Ghost Rider. Now he's wants to with Ghost Rider because he's super passionate about motorcycles, whatever, he wants to do this character. So now he'll finally join. Doctor Strange 2 is opening the door to everything. This is how we are going to get Blade. This is how we are going to get Ghost Rider. This is how we are going to get all that paranormal crazy shit. That's not even what I want to talk about, but I feel like I feel like I'm obligated to talk about it because people won't shut the fuck up about it and it's just filling up Google. And I'm like, why? Unless you're on top of it, you want to be surprised by these things. So why? I don't understand it. But I guess people have to get their fucking clicks and views somehow. So let's just spoil shit for people. I'm just saying, like, that, I just in general don't like it. And so it's like when that's your occupation is just waiting on bated breath to ruin things for people. Like, cool. I'm glad that's your life. What I want to talk about is the fact that people are downplaying these reshoots. For Doctor Strange 2, every movie has reshoots. That's totally normal. This is not normal. This movie has already been pushed back from years ago. And I understand, Marvel is a machine. Disney is a machine. This is where I give it credit, but this is also where it can hinder filmmakers. The fact that they can connect all of these into what Endgame was is impressive. Like, that's hard to do as a filmmaker. So the fact that all these different directors and all these different characters and all of this came together like in this way, that is masterfully done. It really is. But the fact of the matter is, Kevin Feige has, and I give him a lot of credit, this is hard to fucking do. So Kevin Feige is the one running everything behind the scenes at Marvel. If you didn't know that, he's the king of avoiding answering things, so I don't understand how people are just assuming answers out of the things he said. But yeah, apparently people are taking that as fact, which I'm like, that was never said. But anyway, the length of the amount of time these reshoots are taking on Multiverse of Madness on Doctor Strange 2 is alarming to me. There's some shit out there on Twitter, there's some shit on Instagram, there's some shit on Facebook that is all saying that not only are they doing reshoots, but they're adding full-blown characters in. And now people are saying that Ghost Rider might be one of those characters. And I'm like, I thought we established this already. I thought we established that characters like Ghost Rider, I think we might get Blade in there. I think we might get, this is how they're going to establish vampires and paranormal crazy shit. So why wouldn't you mention them at least or stick them in there? I don't know. I'm just saying it makes sense. But this movie was supposed to already be out. This movie was supposed to tie in with WandaVision. And now if you are, like I said, spoilers, we already knew X-Men were going to come in somehow. I've been saying since my WandaVision episodes, or I keep calling these episodes, ever since my WandaVision videos, I've been telling you guys that Scarlet Witch is going to be the next bad guy. Like, maybe not Thanos level, but she's going to be the next bad guy, or a bad guy. That is why I keep saying Agatha Harkness is going to be the new Loki, like the Loki character, the mischievous, fun bad guy, while Loki is tied up in the Loki series. That's what I think. And that's why I think that they will bring Catherine Hahn, with her being so great as this character and everybody loving her and her being nominated for an Emmy and everything. I think that she's going to be the new Loki. Like, that's what's she's going to fill that gap until he comes back or whatever happens with him. But I think that because it's all signs are pointing towards Wanda becoming bad, or Scarlet Witch, whatever you want to call her. Whatever your preference is. Full-blown characters being added in, and this is what I was meaning to say with the whole Disney as a machine thing, and Kevin Feige's vision. And this isn't, like I said, it's not a bad thing. It can be a bad thing, and it can be a good thing. There's an overall end goal we have to get to. with these characters. And then it's like we can play around a little bit, but if it doesn't fit into that, into the long game, into the end game, if you will, they will change it up, and that's just how it goes. This is exactly why Edgar Wright, who was originally supposed to direct the first Ant-Man movie, left, because he didn't have as much creative control as he thought he would have. And I understand it, and and like I've been saying, if you've watched my videos, I've been saying for a very long time, the reason I do not think it is Mephisto, the reason I didn't think Mephisto, I mean, Mephisto might be in Multiverse of Madness, whatever the fuck, but the reason I didn't think Mephisto was going to show up in WandaVision is because if I was a director, and you are already telling me, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, the last thing I'm going to do is allow somebody else to reveal my big bad. Just be like, no, you don't get to show my main villain. Are you kidding me? Like, no, you don't get to show that off before I make my movie. Like, that's some bullshit. You're already calling the shots on all this other stuff. Let me have that. That's why I said we wouldn't get Mephisto in WandaVision. I didn't think this Ghost Rider shit was like news. I didn't think this was like spoiler news. Like, what do you mean? Like, they told us that Keanu Reeves wanted to play this character over a year ago. Where else is Ghost Rider gonna fit in? Where? Please tell me. Because I just want to know. Like, it doesn't take a lot to go like, where could we have Ghost Rider come in from? Oh, maybe the fucking multiverse, where Wanda and Doctor Strange are going to be running around doing shit in the nightmare realm. I don't know. Sounds like somewhere Ghost Rider would fucking hang out at. I don't mean to come off like a dick. I'm just saying, like, I don't like that, and I don't understand how, if you are a true fan of something, how you want to just be like, oh, let me wait around and just spoil things for people. Like, cool. Way. Back to what I'm saying. There's an end goal that they have to hit. There's a certain way it needs to go for it to fit into the final act of these films, not just one movie. So, a lot of times, people that create art have a problem when someone's putting restraints on them, is what I'm saying. And if you are doing reshoots for this long, and you are adding full-blown characters in, and you are adding full-on story beats in, like, I trust Marvel. I'm not that worried about it. That's not what I'm saying here. All I'm saying is, I don't think Ghost Rider was a surprise. I think people are just assholes. Second, I think you're changing things up a lot if you've been doing reshoots for this long. This movie was never supposed to be postponed this long. What is going on? I understand. Multiverse of Madness is going to set up so many things, just like the Loki series did. Just like WandaVision did. Oh my god, it's storming again. What is happening? Everything's flooding. But anyway, it's setting up. What was I talking about? It's raining? Something happened. It's just lightning out. It's weird. I do trust Marvel. I do trust Kevin Feige. I think it'll be fine. All I'm saying is, I don't think this is going to be whatever product this was originally meant to be. This is going... First, off rip, they said they wanted this to be the first horror film in the MCU. That's a big statement. Also, you are tying in lots of crazy shit. Once we start tying in multiverses, like I've told you guys, you want to get crazy? Try the Dark Tower out. Nothing touches the Dark Tower, in my opinion, when it comes to multiverse crazy shit going on. So if you can wrap your head around that shit, you'll be A-okay. And if you can't, that's okay. I know a ton of people that hate the Dark Tower series, and I totally understand why. It's totally cool to not like things and like things. Shocking. I don't know. I'm not concerned for it overall. This is just a huge endeavor. There's a lot of things going on here. If we get X-Men, that's fucking awesome. I mean, obviously we're gonna have X-Men. This is what I mean. It's like, obviously these things are going to happen. They told us they were going to happen, but it's just like, why do you want to ruin every little thing that they do for the... I don't get it. But my concern is, how different is this from what an original filmmaker wanted to do? And how much of it is, we need to make it fit into our shit? Because with one thing this shouldn't be, is it should not feel like anything else we've seen. I'm super excited for Multiverse of Madness. I think anybody who loves the MCU and has some knowledge of the comics, like, even if you don't, we're pumped for Doctor Strange 2. I'm not worried, but I am worried, and I don't know what word to use for that, so I'm just going to say concerned. I'm just like, man, we were so pumped for Sam Raimi to be directing, and then this happened, and then that happened, and then it gets pushed back because of the pandemic, and then it gets pushed back again, and honestly, I think that's why all of these are being pushed back. Some people are saying it's because they're worried about Batman. I did think of that. I was like, oh, if you watch my other videos, you know that I say this. Marvel hasn't given us the greatest trailers. Yes, they are exciting and cool, but it's always quick, cut, snip, snip, snip. And then and recently, from the Batman trailer, from a lot of things on HBO Max, from a lot of these other studios, we've been getting these long trailers with like full-blown scenes in them, and we can see characters, and we don't have to pause it and go, who's that? What are they doing? But I definitely don't think Marvel is scared of Batman. They don't need to be. And it's like, guess what? Us Batman fucks, we will show up and show out for Batman no matter fucking what. Batman is going to be successful no matter what. It looks fantastic. Watch my reaction video, that would be really cool. WandaVision was supposed to come out. It was supposed to, if I remember correctly, it was supposed to go Black Widow, Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. That's how it was supposed to go. And then we went flip-floppy all around the town because of the pandemic, which is fine. I totally understand that. But not only was it pushed back because of that, now we're pushing it back again, and now we're not hearing it's because of the pandemic. First they said scheduling conflicts. Now it's coming out saying, oh no, we're reshooting shit, adding characters in, changing entire story beats, and to me that's like, man, how much creativity did you take away from these filmmakers? It takes away like the feeling of this is on its own, and I like it for what it is. Like, when you watch Black Panther, you get fully immersed in that story. When you watch Iron Man, you get fully immersed in that story. You know what I mean? Like, alone, these characters and stories work, but they do fit an overall narrative, and that's cool, and that's hard to do, and I give them a lot of credit, but like I said, it also takes away from the creativity. So it's like, how much of this is just going to feel like we got to get it out because... Did you guys hear that? That was scary. Spooky. Halloween spookiness. Back to spooky Multiverse of Madness. And putting restraints on them. It's, ask anybody. I don't make things, okay? I just talk about things. That's what I am gifted with, is remembering information about worlds that don't exist and and being able to talk. That's it. I'm not a songwriter. I'm not a filmmaker. I wish I was. I am not. I don't write anymore. Like, I don't do those. I mean, if you count this as writing, but I don't count this as writing. Like, this is either going to feel like super made by committee or very creatively done, which I would like much more from my Doctor Strange movie. After the pandemic, it got pushed back, then it got pushed back again, and then we had this change and that change, and now we're pushed back even more. And I think because of how much it ties into the rest of the MCU, we can't put this out early, like how we flippy-flopped WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier and all that shit. I think that this is such a pivotal movie in explaining things that we can't keep going if we don't have that come out first. We all know that, like, Multiverse of Madness is where it's at. That's the one. Everything else, we're like, okay, push it back a month. Yeah, okay, push it back a month. Multiverse of Madness, though, it's like, man, we really want to get to this one, and come on. Totally get it. I don't want to come off like some asshole, like, with the pandemic and everything. I'm just saying, like, we're excited for it, and we love it, and we care about it, that's all. Anyway, it's like 6 in the morning, but that's what we like, is that creativity and that one-of-a-kind feel to each one of these characters and each one of their own little movies. That's why Shang-Chi was so awesome. Like, it was Marvel, but it was like, nope, I'm in a whole other world right now, and I really dig it. And I don't want the one movie that could be the most creative to feel manufactured, if that makes sense to everybody. But yeah, there's a lot of whispers and rumblings coming out right now about Multiverse of Madness. Like I said, am I worried? No. Am I like, man, this could have some domino effect on this, and I don't like that. But yeah, I'm happy with Motor City Nerds. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me out. We're almost at 300 subs, and that's a big deal to me. I think we're at 277 right now. To my 277, what's up? Like, I never thought anybody would subscribe to listen to me talk about stuff, for real. Like, I'm not bullshitting when I say that. So I really do. I love you guys, and I care about you guys, and I care about this channel a lot, and I hope that you like the stuff I say. But yeah, I might have to redo my entire Harry Potter video, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, oh, the Loki horns. We're giving away the Loki horns with the stand from the Emerald Empire. Just remember, at 300 subs, all you have to do is subscribe and leave a comment on a video, and you'll get the stand with the Loki horns. And yeah, thanks again, guys. Like, I have fun doing this, even after working long, terrible hours in my terrible factory job. But shit-talking factory work, by the way, I do it. I've done it for a decade. Like, it's very hard on you, mentally and physically, and I don't think I have skin on my hands left, but you know, it happens. But yeah, all of my social media is down in the description. Check out my playlists that I'm throwing together all willy-nilly. And yeah, we have Succession this weekend. I have to redo my Harry Potter videos. We're comparing books to movies. We're having a good time over here. So if you subscribe, that'd be really cool. Don't spoil things for people. Like, we get it. We get it. You knew first. We get it. It's the same as fucking trolling. Like, that's so fucking played out. Like, we get it. You like being a problematic asshole. Cool. I'll tell you guys something really quick. Do you want to know what I imagine now? Like, when I read people trolling and someone doesn't know, like, I'm just like, are they... Literally, I'm not kidding when I say this, and I'm not trying to be like... but for real, I'm like, is this a 13-year-old? Because, like, that was cool when we were, like, 12 on AIM. I was born in 92. I graduated in 2011. I came up when social media was being created. Like, fuck off. And if that's your life... You're a loser. I'm sorry. Like, if you just want to be argumentative on the internet or spoil things for people, you're a dick. Point blank, period. But yeah, remember to be nice to each other, stay safe, and if you want to tell me and spoil things for me, go right ahead, because I'm already alerted to everything that's fucking going on.